Can a fearless white mouse outwit the fearsome Gestapo? Explore the incredible true story of Nancy Wake, the audacious woman who defied Nazi tyranny and evaded capture by the enemy. How did this exuberant and gregarious woman become a legendary spy, leaving her mark on the darkest days of World War II? Nancy was born on August 30th, 1912, in Wellington, New Zealand. When she was only 2 years old, her family moved to Sydney, Australia. In Australia, Nancy's desire to be independent and try new things began to grow. At the young age of 16, she left home to become a nurse. This was the start of a life full of brave choices and daring actions. In 1928, Nancy got a small fortune from an aunt who had died. With this money, she went on a trip to see the world. Her trips took her to busy cities like New York, Paris, and Berlin, where she learned about the world's many cultures. Nancy ended up in London, where she chose to try something new and become a journalist. In the 1930s, she was determined to make a name for herself in a field dominated by men. She moved to Paris, where she worked as a European reporter for Hearst newspapers. The resistance starts to burn. In 1934, Nancy went to Vienna on a trip that made her realize how bad the political situation was in Europe. When Nancy saw how the stormtroopers mistreated the local Jews and how violent they were, she knew she could not just stand by and do nothing. After that, she went to Berlin, where the sadness of Nazi rule was all-consuming and made her beliefs even stronger. As Europe teetered on the edge of chaos and war clouds gathered, Nancy's life took a surprising turn. She met rich French industrialist Henri Fiocca, who was known for being kind and charming, and fell in love with him. Their relationship was a whirlwind of glamour and romance, and they got married in 1939, just as World War II broke out across the continent. They could not have known that the war would bring so many problems. How war changed a life. As soon as war broke out, Nancy's life as a reporter and socialite came to a sudden end. Nancy wanted to help fight Nazi oppression so much that she joined a volunteer ambulance unit that took refugees and wounded soldiers to safety. Her time on the front lines of people's pain only made her more determined to get involved in the resistance. Nancy's journey into the heart of the resistance started with a job that seemed harmless. She had to deliver an envelope to a French army officer who was part of the resistance movement. She did not know at the time that this small act of bravery would be the start of her becoming a brave and fearless agent, the courage to face danger. As Nazi Germany's grip on France got tighter, Nancy's job in the resistance became more dangerous. She became a courier and helped downed Allied pilots escape from occupied France by smuggling documents, distributing materials that supported the resistance, and spreading pro-resistance materials. She was very brave and came up with complex plans to save people's lives and hurt the enemy. The part she played in freeing the Scottish Army officer Ian Garrow from jail was one of Nancy's most brave acts. Faced with the difficult task of getting Garrow out of the dreaded Morsach concentration camp, Nancy went on a risky mission that showed how smart and determined she was. She pretended to be Garrow's cousin to get a guard's uniform and help him make a dramatic escape. She did this while crossing the dangerous landscape of occupied France with creativity and bravery. The story behind the White Mouse. As Nancy's actions in the resistance became braver and bold, the Gestapo heard more and more about her. The White Mouse was smart and hard to catch, so it became a symbol of resistance and hope for the oppressed. The Gestapo became more and more determined to catch Nancy, and they finally put a huge reward of 5 million francs on her head. Even though her tasks were very dangerous, Nancy kept doing them because she was determined to fight against the Nazis no matter what. The story of Nancy's journey through the worst times of World War II is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the ability of ordinary people to overcome extraordinary obstacles. What do you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.